What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Yo. I don't know why I can't invite you. Oh, never mind. That should work. Did you get that?
Yep.
So what's going on?
Nothing. Um, just finally had a chance to get on the computer tonight. It's been a while. Usually only use it for D&D.
Talk again?
Talk again.
I'm just messing with your volume.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, yeah, my PC's lately just been my, like, D&D machine recently.
Gotcha.
Doing a lot of my gaming on console.
Alright. Well, for the few people that are watching the stream, you guys probably recognize the voice of my friend TanCommander. We played some stuff in the past, and we're going to be trying out Legion, Star Wars Legion, which is another tabletop game, kind of along the lines of Armada, but it's more based on like the more like a typical war game. So like Warhammer, 40K. That's the only war game I know by name. I'm sure there are others. So I've been doing a little bit of reading. I know the basics. I know, like, basically, look, I made two half-strength armies, one Empire, one Rebel. A typical game of Legion is played with 800 points army. So I've made two, well, the Empire army is 400 points, and the Rebels is 395. So if you go Rebel, if you want to play Rebel, which I have a feeling you want to play Empire, but I'll let you choose. The Rebels get to go first because they got the point advantage, or disadvantage. I also didn't include anything fancy, so no vehicles. None of the units have very many upgrades on them. Actually, I think if you're gonna play Empire, you got to be red team because the red and the blue actually matter in this. Even like as far as the module goes too, because the rules reference like red player does this, blue player does this, and the module is programmed to do certain things with the blue player's deck. So which side do you want to play?
I'll play Empire. I just sat at the blue seat.
Yep, alright. Go ahead and swap it.
If I remember how.
Click your name in the top right.
Yeah, I right-clicked it.
Okay, so I have already, if you look on your table here, I made armies earlier, like I said, and I saved them. So go ahead and drag that into this little datapad slot right here. And then click Load Army, and watch the magic. Boom. Alright, so you've got Darth Vader as your commander. I put 2 upgrade cards on him. I mean, I'll get into the rules and stuff in a bit, but we're just going to look at it at surface level. So he's your commander. Every army needs a commander, just like every fleet in Armada needs a admiral, or might actually also be commander in that. You then have 2 stormtrooper squads, which these are considered core units. And then I gave you a scout trooper strike team, which is a special forces unit, I believe. I actually don't remember. Does it say? It doesn't say. Anyway, there's different unit types, and you also have restrictions on like how many of a certain type of unit you're allowed to have in your army. just to give you an idea, in a full game, your army has to have a minimum of 3 core units. So just the fact that you only have 2, this is already, under not meeting the requirements. But since we're only playing a half game, I think that's fine. So I'm going to load my army. The rebel units are a little bit cheaper, so I got a little bit more, but they're also weaker. So I've got Luke Skywalker as my commander. He's also got 2 upgrades on him. I've got 2 core units, which are just rebel troopers. And then I have a special forces, which is rebel commandos. So I also have a sniper in my squad, but it's more than just a 2-man squad. Alright. Now, I'm going to load a map. So over at this terminal over here, if you click Maps, then you could either, if you download map packs on the workshop, apparently you can load a bunch more in here. But this module has its own built-in already, and I went through them earlier, and I think the best one for us is probably going to be Tatooine Scum and Villainy, because, let me just load it, and you can take a look at it. There's some pretty interesting ones, but this one seems to be like the most basic. And also interesting. Oh, here we go. What do you think? You want to see any of the other ones?
Yeah, we can flip through those later.
All right. I think this is pretty good.
Yeah.
A video that I watched was showing me that you can like color your bases. So if I'm not really worried about this. Maybe we should. So if I drag a box over all my units in one squad, and then control click the token to also highlight that, then right click any of them and go to color tint, I can choose like a color to mark them. And then when I click apply, like look, it changes all of their bases to that color. So now you know at a glance like what units are in a squad.
Okay.
Totally optional, but I can see the benefit of it. I'm gonna go ahead and just do it real quick. You can if you want. I also really love the minis in this. And the module is smart enough to know, like, if you look at your 2 Stormtrooper squads, they're actually slightly different. One of them has an RT-97C rifle, and one of them has a T-21. And if you look, the minis are actually represented correctly.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I was going to say something about the minis earlier.
Okay. So, when we played Armada, even when we were just kind of fooling around with learning how to play the game, we decided to just play, like, straight up kill your opponent. We can do that, but I do want to show you how this game works its objectives, because it's way more interesting than Armada. So, when I built the armies, I also had to choose command cards, which you should have a hand of cards right now. I'll get to those in a minute. So you have a, yeah, I guess I should explain these now. Basically, each turn you're going to pick one of these cards to play, and that's going to be like issuing orders to your troops. And 4 of them are generic, and 3 of them are based on your commander. So you should see, I think the 3 all the way on the right should be Darth Vader specific. You see his portrait in the top right corner. I'll go into more detail on these later, but it's just interesting that based on which commander you choose determines like what your options are each turn. So that could completely change the game. So I did not only make that deck, but you also have what's called a battle deck. And this is why first player gets to has to be the blue player, because whoever has the points disadvantages, their battle deck is the deck that's loaded. So if I come back over here to this terminal, the third option is setup. So now that we're ready to play, I'm going to click that, and then you can see here it says blue player define battlefield. So I'm going to click this, and it loads my battle deck into this terminal here. Now this is really interesting. Basically, there's 3 categories. The top is objective, the middle is deployment, and the bottom is conditions. And you can see those are laid out here to the left of the monitor. Basically, you choose 4 of each of these, you shuffle them, you lay them out in a grid like this, and then I think starting with you, I could be wrong, but we're going to start with you. We each get 2 opportunities to eliminate the leftmost card in each row. So basically, this top row is a bunch of different objectives. The middle row is a bunch of, diagrams of how we deploy. And the bottom row is a bunch of field conditions that affect the battlefield. And you get to decide, like, ooh, I definitely don't want to deploy like this, and you could eliminate it, and then it would be this one. And then I have a choice to eliminate a card, and then you have a choice to eliminate a second. I have an option to eliminate a second, and then whatever is the leftmost after that is what we go with.
Okay.
So if you want to just look at the objectives, so right now recover the supplies, basically we would put 4 like unclaimed objective tokens on the map, and then we get victory points at the end of the game based on how many we claim. Otherwise, key positions is basically like King of the Hill. Intercept the transmissions, we put 3 different tokens on the ground that are like beacons, and then after rounds 2 and 4 you get victory points if you're in control of them. And then breakthrough is you get victory points at the end of the game for each unit leader that made it to your opponent's deployment zone. So again, we don't actually have to play with any of these tonight. If you just want to kind of play shoot 'em up, I'm cool with that. But this is a way more interesting system, I think, than like Armada.
Yeah, let's go with that.
What's that?
With the
cards?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, since you're red, go ahead. You get to choose if you want to eliminate. It's got to be from the left-hand side first.
I'm assuming I just click the button and it'll take care of it.
And you can pass if you want.
Oh, okay.
But we will each get 2 opportunities, and if you pass, that counts as your first opportunity.
Right.
All right, so you don't like that deployment. I'm going to eliminate recover the supplies.
I get rid of fortified positions.
All right, I'm going to get rid of key positions, and that's it. So we each had 2 opportunities. So we're going to be playing intercept the transmissions with the battle lines deployment with hostile environment conditions. So once you're done with all this, we click the next, and then watch these 3 trays over here to the left. It automatically puts those in. It gives us our objective tokens. And like if we had gone with like the fortified positions conditions, then this would have populated a bag with barricades for us to place. And you can see the board actually highlights the deployment zones based on the card that's put in there. And I can toggle that on and off.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, so these objective tokens. Actually, I'm curious, if I put grid lines on, do you see this? Hang on. Do you see those?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to use these to determine where, like, the middle of the board is.
Mm-hmm.
So one goes right in the middle, which is right there. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. And then one goes... Same thing, just halfway between that one and the left side. And the other one goes halfway between that one and the right side. Okay. So I've locked those in place so we can't move them. And if you click the little button there, it shows you the range around them that counts as, like, within range 1.
Okay.
And I can turn the grids off. Okay. Then I know we deploy. I don't remember who deploys first. I don't think it really matters. Yeah, hostile environment. So trooper units whose leader is not in base contact with a piece of terrain cannot remove suppression tokens during the end phase. I'm going to repeat what I told you earlier. There are a lot of terms and, like, different tokens and shit in this game that is going to be a little overwhelming because you have no idea what they do.
Right.
But it's very much like Armada with, like, issuing commands and shit where, like, everything is only used in one very specific situation, and once you get it, then, like, it's not that difficult to understand. Alright, so go ahead, just grab any one of your leader units. So you don't have to take the whole squad, just, like, the actual unit leader, and plop him somewhere in your deployment zone. And then do we have... I guess there's no way to pull up a distance 1 ring around it, is there? That's the silhouette. And that locks it. Okay, well, after you put the leader on there, basically you put the rest of the squad around him, and they have to be, what's it called, in cohesion, which means the entire squad has to be at least is within distance 1 of the leader, which is basically the size of the yellow rings around the objectives,
Okay.
I believe. Yes. Yeah, so it's actually quite a large ring. Yeah. Yep, that's fine. However, I will say that when you are attacking, you not only have to draw... You basically have to draw a line of sight from each unit in your... Each figure in your unit to at least one figure in the targeted unit in order to have that miniature contribute to the attack. Blech, that was a lot of words. Does that make sense, though?
Say that again.
So, okay, so let's just pretend that this objective token is a target that you're trying to shoot. And you're going to shoot them with this squad. You basically... It looks like this unit is... His line of sight to this token is blocked.
Yeah.
Trying to remember how to do the line tool. Yeah. So because that unit can't see the target, when you go to roll dice, you would not add dice
Just
for
minus
him.
1 for him.
Yeah, you could still attack with the rest of the dudes. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
so the placement of your guys matters. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to place this dude here. Okay.
No, I'm getting ahead of myself, but is there
Yeah, no, ask questions.
mechanics to like get on top of buildings, or is it kind of
There is actually. I'm not 100% familiar with them, but I can absolutely look it up.
because I see a ladder here that I want to access and wondered if that was an option.
Right here. Vertical movement. To climb, a unit must spend 2 move actions to safely move vertically up or down a distance of up to height 1. But only if there's a flat surface to place the unit leader on at the end of his movement, and if the unit can maintain cohesion. So basically, when you activate a unit in this game, you get to do 2 things. So it's kind of like Armada in that sense, but there's way more things that you can choose from. As a matter of fact, I should probably pull that page up and leave that page open. So moving is the only thing in this game that you can do more than once per activation. So you could like shoot and move, you could aim and then shoot, you can recover, or rest, I think. I forget which one it is. So basically this is saying, yeah, you can move up to a surface that's 1 measure of distance higher, which all of these buildings are. If you hover over them, height 1, yeah. So yeah, you could, if you wanted to spend a double movement, you could climb on top of buildings that you're next to at the start. Like if you look at the diagram, you have to be right up against the building first, and then spend 2 movements to get up on top of it. Or if you clamber instead of climb, you can get on top with only using 1 movement action, but then you have to roll dice to see if any of your units fall, and if they fall, they take a wound.
Okay.
So it's risk versus, speed.
Gotcha. So I'm assuming the ladder doesn't matter. It's
correct. Yeah, it's just decorative.
Yeah. Okay. And I might just shift these guys over.
Let me explain your cards real quick, I guess. We'll go over that real quick before we finish deploying. So, I'll just go over the whole card. Top left, faction. Number beneath that is point cost.
Rust.
Upgrades on the left, just like Armada. This icon here, this triangle, shows that it's a core unit. You'll see Darth Vader has a much more decorative icon because he's a commander. Yeah. The 4 here is how many minis are included in this unit before upgrades.
Right.
The green is how many wounds that each miniature has. The yellow is its courage value. So courage is basically how many actions you can... it's a measurement of, obviously, like, your unit's, willingness to fight. Because whenever a unit gets attacked by a ranged attack, they get a suppression token. And the suppression token reduces your courage. When your courage is... I think it's when your courage is half, or if you have half as many suppressions tokens as your courage, then you can only do 1 action per activation instead of 2. And I think if you go negative, your unit has a chance, or your unit might flee. Like you have to move it backwards. You're forced to like retreat. I'll look that up in a minute too. The red die here is your defense die. Red is actually the best, and then white is weaker. So your scout troopers are white. All of my troopers are white, I think, except for Luke. This icon here is for if you roll surges on your attack dice. I'll explain that later, but the top is attack, the bottom is defense. So again, if you look at your scout troopers, they don't have the attack surge, but they have a defense surge. Beneath that, these red icons here, this is your movement speed. So Vader is very slow with only a speed of 1. The stormtroopers are 2. And scout troopers are also 2. Then the bottom is your weapons. So most units do have like an unarmed or a melee attack. This would show you the range, which unarmed is just melee range, and then what your attack dice is, or are. So for the stormtroopers, unarmed is 1 black, and ranged from range 1 to 3, your E11s are good for 1 white, and that's per unit, or per mini.
Okay.
So then if you look at the upgrade card for this guy, he has a different gun. He doesn't have an E11, so when he shoots, he can shoot from range 1 to 4, and he shoots with a red and 3 white.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a heavy, repeating gun or whatever. Yeah. And then this extra upgrade that I added just adds a whole new, just a regular stormtrooper to the group.
Yep.
So I did the same thing here with this guy because their base is the same, but his gun is a little different. T-21's also range 1 to 3, but it's only 4 white.
Mm-hmm.
It also has a critical effect, which we'll talk about that later too. Just keep in mind over here, your scout range 1 to 5 and 2 black with a bunch of extra rules. But if this unit gets within close range, their other guns, they only have the holdout blaster, which is only range 1 to 2. So they definitely want to be kept back or posted up somewhere. Vader, by default, doesn't have a ranged attack. His lightsaber does ridiculous damage, but I did give him the saber throw, which lets you do a ranged attack for half that damage.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you can see Vader has 8 health and cannot be discouraged. Yeah, because even Luke does. Luke has 3 courage.
Now, is there a
oh, sorry, I forgot you
range
deployed.
ruler?
There is not. It's actually much cooler than that. I'll show you here in a minute.
Okay.
Because when I was first trying to figure out how to play, that was my first concern. I'm like, how do we know, like, when where you're allowed to move? But it's all scripted. It's kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
All right, go ahead. Okay. And obviously this is just a test game because I have not even played like against myself.
Yeah.
This is literally the first time I'm going through the motions of trying to play this. So if anyone's watching this on YouTube after the fact, we are 100% going to break all kinds of rules. Forgive me.
Feel free to call us out on it.
Yeah, leave comments though. Let me know what we did right or wrong. And yeah, I totally have the option here. If I want to engage Vader with Luke or let him do his own thing, I think I'm going to let him do his own thing. All right. Lines have been drawn. So, let me find the page. Yeah, so here. So this is important. Basically, here's a round. So this round is split into 3 phases. There's command phase. So at the beginning of the command phase, we're going to select a command card in our hands. Mm-hmm. We're going to do it secretly, put it down face down on the middle of the table, and then reveal it simultaneously. The player whose card has the fewest number of pips, which are the dots in the top left corner, they go first. So the fewer pips, the faster it is. But that usually means you're issuing orders to fewer units. So example, if you look at ambush, I know our generic cards are the same. So ambush is 1 pip, which means it's very fast. But if you look right below the art, it says 1 unit. That means you're only allowed to issue an order to 1 specific unit. if you play that card. Now,
Right.
what I was confused with when I first started learning this game, I'm like, so shit, that means if I play this and my opponent plays like assault, that means I get to go first, but I only get to move and shoot with 1 unit and they get to move and shoot with 3. Like, that seems pretty unfair. That's not the case. What happens is when you issue an order to a unit, that means, I'm going to zoom, we're going to go over here all the way to the other side of the table. If you look right below your die roller, hey Trog, this right here, I think this is called your command pool. And basically, for every unit that you put in your army, they each get a token with their unit type on it. So you've got 2 core, 1 commander, and 1 special forces, because that's the types of units in your deck. So if when you give an order to a unit, you're going to take a token with their matching type, and you're going to put it face up next to them on the board. The rest of the tokens go face down and get shuffled into a stack. Okay?
Okay.
Then when it's your turn, you get to choose. Do you want to activate the specific unit that has an order token next to it? Or do you want to draw randomly from the stack? And that's the unit that you activate. So basically, so if we go back to the cards...
without the attached order.
No. Well, so giving the order allows you to activate a specific unit when you want to. Otherwise, it's random, right? Because you're going to pull it from the stack. So if you were to play Assault, there is no special rules involved. It's just saying you're activating, you're going to giving orders to 3 units. You know what? This is probably better just demonstrated through play.
Yeah.
And that's where we are now. So let's not do any of the special cards. Let's stick to the first one of the first 3.
Okay.
So pick one that you want to play. Press F to flip it face down in your hand, and then drag it out onto the board. So yeah, just put it somewhere where we can both see it. And then 3, 2, 1, flip. All right, so you played push, I played assault. So that means you've got fewer pips, so you're going first. These cards are one-time use, with the exception of standing orders. If you look at the standing orders card, it says at the end of the command phase, return this card to your hand. Every other card can only be played once per game.
Okay.
So we're going to take this, go ahead and take your card. You can just like bring it, drag it somewhere back off the edge of the table, because you're not going to use it again. Trog, need another. So we're just learning how to play this. It's way more complicated than Imperial Assault because it's more like Warhammer 40k. But I've been reading up on how to play it, and we're probably going to break a bunch of rules, but we're going to try. This is only a half-size game, by the way.
I own Imperial Assault. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Imperial Assault is more like D&D.
Yeah.
Okay. So, since you played push, it says 2 units. It doesn't specify any certain unit type. It's just any 2 units. So you get to come over here to your 4 tokens here and pick whichever one you want and put it next to its unit leader. What I would recommend, is do either, the Vader and the Scout Troopers. And I'll explain why that's a good choice. Okay, so me, I did 3. So I'm going to do Luke. I'm going to do my special forces. And one of my core units. You can also click the red button on here. I don't know why that shows up like that, but that should be the green act button.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Slick. Yeah, this is Fantasy Flight, and yes, it's expensive. And yes, I also own this in physical form. I haven't opened any of the product I've bought, but I've bought a lot. Okay. So you have fewer pips, so you get to go first. Let me just make sure that we did all this right. Okay, yep, we did that. Issue orders. Starting with the player who has priority, each player nominates a friendly commander and issues orders with that commander. The number of orders to be issued is indicated on the order section of the chosen card. Create order pool. Right, okay. So now that you've given out your orders, come over to this thing and click stack. No, click shuffle. Wait, what? It's not split.
Yeah, it's stack.
Oh, okay. I must have accidentally dragged... Oh, I clicked... Okay, I know what I did. I clicked the red button on this one over here. All right. So what that did is that put the remaining 2 tokens in here, and you could click the shuffle to shuffle them up, but when it stacks them, it shuffles them anyway.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, it doesn't really matter because you know what your 2 tokens are. They're your 2 core units because those are the only 2 that you haven't given orders to. So basically, now, if we look, now we're on activation phase. Starting with the player who has priority, which is you, players take turns activating units following these steps. So first, choose a unit. So you either choose a unit with a face-up order token or draw a random token from your order pool. So because you gave orders to Vader and your scout troopers, if you want right now, you can choose either one of those to activate. If you don't want to activate either of those, you would have to draw a random token from this pool and activate a unit that has whatever rank is on that token. Right. But because the only 2 tokens you have are the same rank, it doesn't really matter in your case. So you did strategically a really good choice. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead. You get to choose who do you want to activate. You can either activate Vader, Scout Troopers, or pull a random token.
Yeah, so I would assume now that I saw you kind of order out, and granted you're in the same situation.
Yeah,
you have
pretty much.
One that's down.
Yeah, so if I wanted to activate... because yeah, exactly. So I have 3 tokens out. So I could theoretically choose whichever of these 3 I want to activate, but since this is my only unit that I did not give an order to, when I draw from my stack, I'm basically choosing that unit.
Yeah.
So you could see, again, this is just a half-size game. Yeah. So if our armies were twice as large, then this would actually be impactful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to say, so my mindset would be if you're, like, going heavy on this side, I would probably want to activate one of my core units.
Okay.
And push these guys in.
Okay, awesome. So, this is where the scripting of this module gets insane. When you click this act button, the module is going to look at whatever the closest unit with the proper rank is. I'm just going to demonstrate this. Click the act and see how all of these units highlighted green. Click end. Or no, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. Flip that over. Now, move this token. Yeah, click the X to cancel.
Oh, gotcha.
Now, move that token over here. Now, click act. It knows that these are the closest. But check it out. Put it over here. And click act here. It still knows these are the closest because these guys are different rank.
Right.
How fucking awesome is that?
Yeah, it makes it very easy.
All right, so all you have to do is put that near there, then, and now you can actually move this because it's tied to this unit.
Okay.
So, this is where if you click cohesion, now you'll see the ring around your leader, so you can see where you can put all the other guys. So go ahead and click cohesion, turn that off. And now if you click range, there's your firing range. And now, if you click move, there's your movement tool. And you can click and drag that to, like, move it around.
Alright, that's pretty sweet.
And then once you've got it where you want it, you'll come back down to the token and you'll click full. If you wanted to go back, you would click start. And these numbers here are your movement speeds.
Oh, that's right. And theirs is 2.
Yeah,
right?
it defaults to the right speed, but if you had like a bonus or a penalty that changes the speed. All right, so is that where you wanted to move them?
I wouldn't be able to choose movement speed 2? Or oh, okay, it's 2 segments.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So yeah, wanted to move over there.
Okay. So click full. And then click done. Right here. And that was one action. So now click cohesion. And you can move all of your guys up anywhere in that gray circle.
Oh, okay. So people can shoot past them just as long
Yes.
as they're in that.
Yep.
Hmm.
And just to let you know, the defender determines which minis take damage. So it's kind of weird that, like, if you were to keep one of your guys back behind cover and you shoot, that miniature does not, like I said earlier, would not contribute to the attack pool because he doesn't have line of sight.
Right.
However, when you're being attacked, if you take 1 damage, you can assign that 1 wound to any miniature in the squad, even if that miniature is behind cover and out of line of sight. So there's no reason, really, not to put, like, your strongest shooter up in the open, because that doesn't necessarily mean he's the most vulnerable, because if he's within line of sight and I fire on your squad, you can assign that wound to any other unit, any other mini.
Right.
Also, very useful is if trying to get precision movements, if you hold both mouse buttons, it forces the figure to the ground, and then you can slide it right up against an object.
Yeah, I was basically trying to get him up against the building to climb up.
Okay. All right, then once that's done, click cohesion to turn that circle off. So that was your first action. So you get a second action. You can either move again, you could attack, which you've actually, to your range on E11s. 3. It's 1, 2, 3. Oh, nope, just out of range. But wait, which? Yeah, no, okay. So that your other T21's also a 3. So yeah, you could move again, or you could stand by, which, to be honest, I don't even really know what standby does. I forget. Attack action, aim, dodge. Doesn't say anything about standby in here. Oh, standby tokens. After an enemy unit at range 1 to 2 performs an action, a trooper with a standby token may spend that token to perform an attack or move. So, if you decide to stand by, if any of my units come within range 2 of you, you get to basically take a free attack on them.
Okay.
Actually, hang on. Let me go back to the objective cards, because you're kind of in range. So with intercepted transmissions, at the end of rounds 2 and 4, each player gains 1 victory token for each objective token they control. A player controls an objective token if they have more trooper unit leaders at range 1. Okay, so you don't have to actually do anything. Your leader just has to be within range.
Okay.
But that's at the ends of rounds 2 and 4, so not now.
Alright, I guess I should have read that. I might just move again. If they get... is it they get a second action, or I activate a second unit?
They get a second action.
Okay. And yeah, I'll probably just move again.
Okay. And yeah, now that you understand how the movement works, so where you place your leader determines where the distance 1 circle around him is centered on. Yeah, also, you don't have to move the full distance if you don't want to. That's what the gray circle here is. So if you can just pick up that unit and put him anywhere in that gray circle if you don't want to use the tool.
Yeah, I'd actually like to have him where this guy's located.
Yeah, here, move it. And then just done. Yep. Cohesion, place it where you want. Do you want me to turn that off, or would you prefer to have that? Your leaders in the ring. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So with the move action, how does this guy go about moving up? Or is that I need to use both to get him up there?
Well, again, to climb, you need to use both. To clamber, I think you need to do it with your leader.
Oh, the leader does it.
I'm not 100% sure. Hold on. Oh no, ladders do matter. Shit. When a unit clambers to move up or down ladders, steps, or carved footholds, it does not roll dice or suffer wounds. I'm sorry.
You ruined everything. No, it's all right.
I totally missed that. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. That just has me put the heavy fire guy up front.
I do believe, from what I'm reading here, your leader has to be the one that climbs, and then every other mini in the squad follows. So I don't think you could put just him up there. I think your leader would have to lead the way. But what's cool is that means your leader is the only one that has to be within base contact of the structure. You could put your other guys like across the street, and then have your leader climb up, and then once he's up top, you could just move the rest of them up top also, no matter where they were. The music that I'm playing right now is so perfect for this.
Oh, why?
I just got a Star Wars playlist on, and it was Moff Gideon's theme from Mando.
Yeah, you have something I want. All right, they're done.
All right, so click end, and it flips that face down, and leave that token near them, so that's how we know that they already activated.
Okay.
All right, so my turn. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to draw from my pool. Oh, look, it's a core unit.
Who'd have thunk?
I'll activate these guys. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him, and then
Move again.
move again. And I'm going to place him here. Ah! Okay. Let's see. I'm not sure how... I'm not exactly sure how cover works. I know it reduces damage taken, but I'm not sure like if half my unit's behind cover and half's not, how that works. But yep, that's all I'm gonna do with them. Here you go. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna look up cover. Okay, so at least half of the defender's minis have to be obscured for the cover to count. I should have read that first. Oh no, 3 of them are covered. I'm good.
So I took 1 move action with them, and then
Okay.
I think I'd like to attack.
Perfect. So, click attack and watch the magic. So now, it actually puts the range... So, okay, so let me explain a couple things. If you look, it puts the range to target above each possible target. However, what I understand is that the module that only works if your attacking unit is flat on the surface. So if they were like on this and kind of propped up a little bit, that number might not be accurate.
Okay.
But the circles on the board will be. So really that's what you want to look at. But in this case, this is accurate. So if these are the guys you want to shoot, go ahead and click the attack button on top of them. And it will automatically draw line of sight to each mini. So you can...
That's cool.
Is that fucking amazing? So you can see which ones are covered or not. Now, obviously, what I just read is if at least half of the unit is covered, then the entire unit is considered covered. So do we agree that these 3 are all covered? All right, so they have light cover, which I believe cancels 1 hit. All right, so if we look, we gotta look at your card. So obviously they're out of range for the holdout blaster, so only this guy is firing. So he's gonna fire with 2 black dice. That's what this is. High velocity while attacking. If each weapon in your attack pool has high velocity, which it does because it's the only weapon, the defender cannot spend dodge tokens. Well, I don't have any. And then Pierce 1 while attacking, cancel up to 1 defense result. Okay. So just like the Armada module, put 2 black. Go ahead and roll them, and then we'll talk about the results. All right. So that's 2 hits. So there's crits, hits, and surges. You would have the opportunity to modify these dice now if you did. Targeting scopes. Okay, you don't have any aim tokens, so that doesn't do anything. So you have no way to modify these dice right now, so that just stands the way it is. Next, I modify the dice. So the cover, light cover, cancels 1 hit. So I'm going to take 1 away. And then I get to roll defense dice. Who are you attacking? These guys. So their defense dice is white. And I believe I just roll however many hits you have. So it's attack on the top, defense on the bottom, and honestly, it doesn't matter what I roll. Well, I didn't block anyway, but even if I had blocked because of high velocity,
Pierce.
or no, Pierce
Okay.
1, yeah, you would have canceled the 1 defense anyway. So you deal 1 wound to me, which if you wanted to, you could click the W for wound, and that puts a wound token next to the squad. But because all of these guys only have 1 wound anyway, I'm just going to delete that token and pick one of these guys to take off the
There's a
board.
guy.
Yep.
Nice.
And I believe we get a suppression token as well, but let me double check. This is all new.
Mhm.
I wish I could go faster. You are S speed spur suppression. Units can gain suppression tokens various ways. When a unit gains a suppression token, the player takes a suppression token. Okay. Oh, if a trooper unit has 1 or more suppression tokens assigned to it, that unit improves its cover by 1 when defending against range attacks. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because they're kind of like dug in. Makes sense.
Yeah, after an attack, if the attack dice produced at least 1 hit or critical result, the attack was ranged, and the defender is a trooper, the defender gains a suppression token. Alright, so yep, go ahead and click the S. So they get 1 suppression. And I believe that's it. I is for ion, which is, for
Okay.
vehicles or droids or whatever. Yeah, that should be it. So click done and put that near them. And good job. Your sniper drew first blood. Alright, I'll go next. I will do this core unit here. Yeah, these crates are only light cover also. Yeah, let's try this. So we'll move here. Okay. And I'm going to attack. Yeah, we'll attack these guys. Alright, let's see. So this is a little bit different than sniping. Yeah, you guys do not have cover. So I'm pretty sure firing from behind cover doesn't give the defenders cover. Right, that makes sense, right?
Yeah. I don't know how the mechanics work, so. Well, so when you draw line of sight, obviously all these lines are pointing from your leader.
Right.
Like, how does that go into effect? Because if he's not technically firing from behind cover, like if he was standing up against it
True.
or near it, that would be considered. I'm not questioning.
Nope.
I'm just
You should be.
considering.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it gets tricky.
All right, I'm going to say that they're covered. I'm not sure. I'll have to keep doing more reading, but I don't want this to take forever. We probably won't even finish this half game because I have to get up early tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to attack. We'll say you have light cover, so you get to cancel one hit. But all of my dudes do have line of sight, so let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dudes are going to be firing with the A280. So that's 5 black. And then my Z6 heavy repeater fires with 6 white.
Damn.
Yeah, but the white dice suck. So 5 black for all the regular dudes. And then 6 white for the repeater dude. Ready? Why is it?
It broke.
What the?
Oh.
Oh, you have to use the fucking... Okay, I'm sorry. We'll do one more. This is the one that counts. Ready?
Yeah, it's fine.
What the... It's like... This is not working the way the Armada works. Okay. Disregard all the last ones. This is the one that counts. Here we go. Is that the same result?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to remove the blanks. Okay, so here's what I got. So I'm going to look at my unit card. We have a defensive surge, not an offensive surge, so I don't get to do anything special. Because of the light cover, you get to cancel one. Okay, so the surges do nothing. So I'm going to take them out. The light cover gets to cancel 1 hit, so I'll take that out. So you've got 4 hits here that you roll defense for. So your stormtroopers are red defense. The bottom row.
4.
Yep. All right, so you only blocked 1.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. Just make sure you guys don't have any like armor abilities or anything like that. Nope. All right, so that means you take 3 wounds. And since you guys only have 1 wound, yep, so you have to take 3 minis off.
Woof.
Alright, and then you also gain suppression. was it for those guys.
No, are we just alternating until everybody goes?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So slow.
What's that? Oh, Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not in range 2 yet.
Yeah. But he would also get a second activation. Or is it just the one?
What? Oh,
He
so
would get
no.
that.
So saber throw, if you look at saber throw, that icon at the top, the little arrow, means that would be one of your actions.
No. I'm saying he would still get a second action in general. Like he would get like a move if he wanted, or like two
When,
speed one moves.
what do you mean he would get? If what?
I'm saying like the other units, how they get two active or like two
Yes.
actions.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
moved once, so you have one more
Yeah.
activation. But what I'm
Gotcha.
saying is, if you were considering using saber throw,
Yeah, they're not in range.
right? Vader's got a bunch of keywords that I'm not familiar with without looking up.
Hmm.
Deflect. He's immune to pierce, master of the force, and relentless. God, I better start looking them up.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah, I'm feeling you'd have to look up each one on its own. Here's relentless. After a unit that has the relentless keyword performs a move action, it may perform a free attack action. So there you go. When Vader moves, he gets to attack for free after. This attack action is a free action, therefore does not count as one of the unit's two actions. If that unit has already performed an attack action during its activation, it cannot perform a free attack action. A unit that has already performed a free attack action during its activation cannot perform another attack action. So that's something interesting I read is when there are certain things that can give units free actions, but because the move action is the only action you're allowed to do two of,
Mm-hmm.
even if you're given a quote-unquote free attack action, you can still do a total of 3 actions now because the one is free. But if you do the free attack action, your second main action can now not be an attack. So it's semi-free.
So would he be able to do a saber throw from his second position?
I don't think so, because I think in order to do saber throw, you need to do what's called a card action.
Okay.
Yeah, because I when I first started learning, I had no idea what all the different card little like icons meant. And that arrow icon is the icon for like a card action, which means like that you'd have to decide that that's what you're doing instead of a movement or something. Anyway, all right. I'll do Luke. Actually, shoot. Can I just... Okay.
I already know I'm moving them a second time.
Yep, so you don't have to move all the minis. Just
Okay.
click done and then move again.
What?
It's just so hard to get these good camera angles in this program. Like, I hate that the pivot point is so high on the screen. When you rotate the camera, like, the point of rotation is, like, the top of the screen. Makes it so hard to get the camera right where you want it. Okay, done with them?
Yep.
Alright, do my special forces, dudes. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this them right to here. Shit. Which one's my sniper? This dude. And then yep, your dude's within range 3. So I am going to attack them. However, these barricades count as heavy cover. So that cancels 2 hits.
Okay.
So, let me see. So they have offensive push. That says, while performing a move, gain... Oh, I have to exhaust this. Okay, so I'll tap this. While performing a move, gain Tactical 1, which says, after you perform a standard move, gain 1 aim token. So they get an aim. Let's see. While defending, you have light cover, improve your cover by 1. Scout 2 after you deploy. Oh, shit. I totally missed that. After you deploy, you may perform a speed 2 move. So they could have started the game further in the battlefield. Okay, and then Sharpshooter 1. While performing a ranged attack, reduce the defender's cover by 1. Okay, so your heavy cover just became light cover. And my attack pool is going to be 4 black, plus my sniper is a black and a white, so 5 black and a white.
So with the line of sight also going through light cover, they don't stack, it's just heavier takes precedence.
Correct. Alright. Here we go. Alright, so I got two crits, a hit, and a surge. But what I can do is I'm going to spend my aim token. So I delete the aim token. Where's this go? Here. And that lets me re-roll any 2 dice. Do they have an offensive surge? They do. Okay, so I'm going to re-roll these 2 blanks. It does not change the display, and that really bothers me. Okay, so the offensive surge, we talked about a little bit about this. Basically, this says when you're attacking, or even they have both offensive and defensive, if you roll a surge, you can change it to whatever this icon is, so that's a hit. So I can change this to a hit. And that comes down to 4 hits and 2 crits. And your light cover cancels 1.
Now, I also just read their card, and they have low profile, so while defending, if I have cover, I also cancel an additional hit result. So I move back to heavy cover.
Wait, who's got that?
Oh, no, that's the scout troopers.
Yep.
You're shooting these guys.
The stormtroopers, however, they've got the suppression token, which adds cover. Right, we just read that.
Those ones.
Huh? Oh shit, these
not
guys.
Unit.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, so we're both reading the wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so yeah, they get the red die. And how much?
So I don't know what the difference between hits and crits are. I know certain vehicles can only take
crit damage.
Yeah, vehicle, like if you have armor, it needs to be a crit. Let me go to... If the defender is a dodge token or is in cover, the defender may spend dodge tokens and apply cover to cancel hit results. Dodge tokens and cover cannot be used to cancel critical results. So I think that's the only difference.
It's just, yeah, a definite hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So dodge tokens and cover can't, but your dice still can. So yeah, you have to roll 5 red defense. And you're trying to get the triangle icons. So the triangle icons are saves, basically. So for every blank is a wound.
I don't know why it...
Yeah, see, it's you can't multi-roll like you can in the Armada module.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the second one was when I stopped clicking.
So do you have defense surge? You do not. So the surge does nothing.
3.
Yep, so 3 saves and you take 2 wounds. So 2 minis come off and they take suppression.
Okay.
All right, and that's all of turn 1, right?
Yeah, I got
You
nobody.
got nothing left. I got nothing left. All right. I just want to go back to the turn thing, turn list. Okay. So the end of the phase, we discard our command cards, remove tokens. So players remove all aim, dodge, and standby tokens, as well as 1 suppression token from each unit. So actually, leave that there. Check this out. Over here, red button, remove tokens,
Mm-hmm.
remove suppression.
Well, that's neat.
And it put all of your command tokens back in here.
Nice. Well, they just thought of everything.
Yep. It's not perfect, but there's a lot of good stuff. Update order pool and promote. So each player places 1 of their order tokens on each of their undefeated units' cards for the matching rank. If all of a player's commanders were defeated, they must promote a unit leader from one of their trooper units to a commander. We don't have to worry about that. Advance round counter. So the round counter here by the terminal goes to 2. And that's it. So then we would go back to the command phase of round 2. We'd pick a new card and go again.
Do we stay with the same hand or do we draw when we pick?
No, the hand that we have is it.
Oh, okay.
So do you want to do one more turn, or are you good for the
we can
night?
do one more turn.
All right, let's do one more.
It's up to you. You're the one who's got to get up early.
We can do one more turn. So if you want to read your Vader cards, because they...
Mhm.
So again, I'll remind you, the pips in the top left, the smaller number, the earlier you get to go. What's different about those is beneath the name of the card, it says Darth Vader, which means Darth Vader is the only one who can give those orders. So if Darth Vader ever dies, you can't use those cards anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then just below the art, again, says who you're allowed to issue the orders to. So some of those might just say Darth Vader. And if that's the case, then Darth Vader is the only one who gets a face-up command token. And on all of your other ones would go into your random pile. Make sense?
Yep.
All right, so go ahead. You have free reign to choose whichever one you want. I'll do the same. All right, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, 3, 2, 1, flip. Oh man. All right, so you got 1 pip. You're going first. You got So you can only. So like I said, Vader's the only one who gets his face-up token.
Mm-hmm.
All right, mine says my ally is the Force, so I can assign it to 2 troopers. So I'm going to do my special forces and just 1 core. And then, so mine says when a friendly troop unit is issued an order, it gains 1 dodge token. I should have done that differently. I fucked that up. Oh well.
Hey, we're learning.
So these guys get a dodge token. And these guys get a dodge token. Okay. What does yours say? When Darth Vader activates, he gains 1 dodge token. At the end of Darth Vader's first activation, he may suffer 1 wound to shuffle his order token into the order pool. During Darth Vader's second activation, he performs 1 fewer action. Interesting. Okay.
I just wanted to do something cool with Vader.
Yeah, might as well. Alright, so hold on to that so that you remember what it does when you activate Vader. And yeah, because yours only had 1 pip, you get to go first again.
So I am going to just start with activating Vader. And if I remember that correctly, or no, I probably won't be able to get over there quickly. I was hoping I could just get up in their face and just wreck the unit.
You might be able to. It's close.
Yep. I guess it just tries to navigate around the token, so it doesn't land in a bad spot.
So I'm not sure what's considered melee range. I don't know if you have to be like within base touching. Let's see. I went way too far. Holy shit. Melee. Melee represents close combat. 2 miniatures of opposing players' units are in base contact. They are in a melee. Yep. So you have to be actually touching.
Well, where does so the X mark on this lightsaber?
Yep, is melee. Yep.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, you could do what you have on your card.
Yeah, which is what I was planning on, because I'll be able to use the Relentless next turn.
Yep.
Or on his second activation. So
unfortunately, I think he's done now.
Yeah, he would be done.
He gets a wound.
Right. Oh, and I didn't stack these. And then would I just drop this on the stack and then shuffle it again?
Yes, exactly. All right, so, I put the wound next to Vader's model, but you could either do it next to the model or on the card, whichever you prefer.
It's probably easier to track next to the model.
All right. I might as well do my core units over here. And they're going to... We're going to aim as our first action to get an aim token, and then we're just going to attack again. So we'll do the same thing before where you give light cover. We're attacking with 5 white. No. 5 black plus 6 white. Yeah, I'm hoping to just annihilate this squad before they can do anything. Okay, I get to reroll. I'm going to spend the aim token that I just got to reroll 2. Oops. Okay. Blanks get tossed. I don't think I have anything to do with Surge. Nope. Surges get tossed. Oh, there are no Surges. Okay. 7 hits. Wait, cover. I forgot. So that cancels 1. 6 hits.
just one. No defensive surge.
Yeah,
So
that
they're
wipes.
wiped out.
They're wiped out. Yep. Yeah, that's my go.
So command stack, core unit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could open fire at Luke, aim, and then fire. Yeah, or the special forces.
Yeah,
What's
I
the
think
range to them? 3.
1 to 3.
Yep.
But yeah, I think I'll aim and just shoot at Luke.
Okay.
So I also have precise, so I can reroll 1 additional die.
Yep. Okay. And you have attack surge.
So,
So you
And
got
that
3
one
regular
sh-
minis plus the T or the RT guy. Yep.
so it'd be 3 white and then the 1 red and 3 white.
Yep. So 1 red, 6 white.
Okay.
Roll it. Roll again. There you go. Now with I'm assuming you'll spend your aim token.
Yep.
And
I
you can.
got it just to spend it.
Yep. Well, hold on. Be careful. Yeah. Definitely separate. So the surge, you have surge to hit, so that could get changed to a hit.
Mhm.
And then the aim token normally lets you reroll 2, but with precise, you can reroll 3. I don't know if you're allowed with the surge to hit if it's 1 or all. Let me see. I think it's all. Yeah. Okay. So that surge gets changed to a hit as well. Blank is removed.
So 6 hits.
He's got no cover. And what's his keywords though?
That's weird.
What?
Didn't draw his line of sight. Line goes way down here.
I see it going to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's showing it run this way.
Weird. So I have deflect. While defending, if you spend a dodge token, which I don't, you gain blah blah. If it's range of time, blah blah. Okay, well. All right, yeah. I just have to roll defense, so it's 6 hits.
Yeah, 6 hits.
His defense is red. And I saved 2. So he takes 4 wounds.
Die, Luke.
And a suppression. And that's it. Yeah, he almost killed him. He's only got 2 health left.
All right. He just turns around and says, now you're all in big trouble.
Pretty much. Well, he doesn't have a... I can't choose when I activate him. Might as well oh, I never stacked and shuffled. Oh, great. I drew off the stack in its core. Well...
Uh-oh.
it would be wise to surrender. I just shoot your scout troopers. That's probably the better choice here. What the hell? We'll shoot Vader. Aim and then shoot Vader.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure because my unit leader is in base contact with this cover
I would assume that's when I would assume it'd be.
It doesn't give you any benefit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd be shooting over it, not through it.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got how many minis? 1, 2, 3, 4 plus the special weapon. So that's 4 black, 6 black, and a white. And with nothing special, I don't think. And 5 hits.
Just seeing what Master of the Force was.
Oh, you get to ready one of your cards. Okay.
Alright, so what am I doing here? He's got red die for how much? 5 hits?
Yep. Oh my god. You gonna surge the defense? No. So you take 1 wound. Get
and
wrecked.
I gain an aim token for his anger card. After suffering 1 or more wounds, I gain an aim token.
Perfect.
Now you're all in big trouble. Vader doing Vader things. And that's it for them?
Yep.
Oh, ho, ho. Guess whose turn it is again. So he only gets to perform 1 fewer action, but with the Relentless, he can do the 1 move and then a
Free attack. Yep.
Hello, boyos. I mean, he can move anywhere within the
Yeah,
circle,
you don't
right?
even need the
Doesn't really
tool.
matter. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and get
For
rid
emphasis.
of hit done.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can get a good screenshot.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't want to position him like crap. Meanwhile, my scouts in the back, like, man, those guys are screwed.
Yeah, alright. I think I'm good.
All right. So yeah, so he has the aim token, and 6 red. Damn. 6 red attack.
Yep, that's
nothing
really it.
else. Yep.
Yeah, so you can reroll 2 with the aim.
Let's go.
I mean, I still get to roll defense,
Yeah, I know.
which is white. I do have defensive surge. So 6 white.
So what's the impact and pierce do?
Impact cancels armor, and pierce cancels cover, right? Wait, where do you see that?
On his card at the bottom, it says impact 3 and pierce something.
Oh, fuck. Alright, let's see.
During modified defense die.
Pierce can be used to cancel block results on defense die.
Let's go.
Wait. Defense dice rolled by a unit using the Guardian keyword. Hold on.
Ah.
Oh, after using Pierce X in this way, any unused Pierce X value can still be used to cancel block results rolled by the defender.
So he cancels out 3 of your defense dice, or your blocks.
Now the defender rolls cancel 1 more. Yep. Okay. And then what was the other one? Impact? Impact, I know it has to do with armor.
Yeah.
Did you already look it up?
No. I just took your word for it.
Yeah, because I know units with rocket launchers have impact.
Yep.
Yeah. If the defender has the armor keyword, a unit whose attack pool includes a weapon that has the impact keyword can modify the results of the attack by changing a hit to a crit. Yeah, because if you have armor, then regular hits do nothing. You need a crit to do damage to an armored unit.
Right.
But so impact just lets you change regular hits to crits, so it penetrates armor. Yeah, makes sense. Vader could slash through armor. Alright, so I need to roll 6 defense, and you can cancel up to 3 of my successes. Here we go. Well, I had 3 successes, and you cancel all 3 of them. So Vader shows up and one taps my entire squad.
That's what we all really came here to say. Who cares about?
I mean, I don't feel so bad about wiping out your stormtroopers anymore. Yours was much more impressive.
Impressive.
Some would say, oh, you get to get rid of your aim token. Some would say it was most impressive.
Most impressive.
And Vader is within range of the comm thing, so you'll get a victory point for at the end of the round.
Who's next?
Alright, I need to get Luke now. And hey, wouldn't you know, it's Luke. Okay. Luke is going to... First of all, the 1 suppression does nothing to him because his courage is 3.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to move. And let me double check his keywords. Okay, I have charge. After you perform a move action, you may perform a free melee attack action. So I'm going to move again. Basically doing the same thing.
Yep.
Don't need that.
This is heroes versus heroes in Mos Eisley.
Yeah.
That's what this boiled down to.
Okay. Yep, I'm gonna be attacking them. And let's see, I'm attacking with 6 black, and I have surge to crit.
Oof.
Impact 2.
Yeah, you're about to do the same thing. I'm in danger.
Ugh. All right. Well, you roll. You don't even have to roll because you would roll 2 saves, and impact 2 could cancel both of them. So you just take 2 wounds, and 2 guys go bye-bye. Okay, your next activation. Do you have another activation?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your
because Vader
scout
ended up
troopers.
getting 2. Oh, the
So
one,
yep. So just put that token
Yeah.
with the guys that got eliminated and draw another one.
Yep. So then yeah, the scouts. So
And let me see.
if I was reading this right, they do actually have line of sight on your commandos.
Do they?
Like straight up under
Oh
that
fuck yeah,
archway.
they do. Is that within? What's the sniper's 5, right?
5,
Yeah.
with that extra thing.
Yeah. So aim and fire. Yep. That's only range 4. Now I've got heavy cover, but I think does your high impact get something? It's for that precise? No. Can't spend dodge tokens.
Yeah, they do have Pierce.
Sharpshooter 1.
Yeah, sharpshooter I think is the one might cancel one of the. Yeah, subtracts from the defender's cover. So
Yep.
you have light cover.
Yep. Okay.
And then so that would be just with the 2 black.
Correct.
Yeah.
And all right, so you got Jesus Christ. You got precise 1 with targeting scopes. So with the aim token, you get to reroll 3.
Mm-hmm.
You have pierce 1, so you get to cancel a defense success. All right, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah,
I can't use
spend
dodge tokens, which I don't have any. Wait, do I?
Which is weird.
I
that
do. I do have a dodge token, but I can't use it.
So, if I can reroll 3, does that just mean I
Oh.
can reroll like 1 die 3 times in a row, or is it?
No. So that would only I guess matter if you
Like
guys were
more
using
than-
your holdout blasters.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a good point. This upgrade probably isn't worth putting onto a strike team. I just threw these together real quick, so
Yeah,
that
and
explains
I'm
that.
not. But this is the stuff we're looking for.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Reroll with the aim token. Well, you got 1. I don't think I can do anything. No, because even if I roll,
you do have the light. You still have the light cover though, right?
oh yes, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The light cover cancels the 1.
Yep.
So it's nothing. Whew.
Just wanted to take a pot shot. Then that would have been it for them.
All right, these guys
Should
are
be
my.
at around 2.
Oh no, my specialists still get to go.
Yep.
What's my range on him? 5. I can shoot back.
They're like, oh, hey, yeah.
No, but I think I want to try to eliminate. I'm gonna aim and fire on your core dudes.
Hey, we also forgot too that you guys also have light cover or low profile, so our cancels would have offset, so you still would have had 2.
Yeah, you're right.
If it didn't matter because you didn't get hit, but
All right, so let's see if we can
also for future reference.
figure this out. So half of your minis do still have cover.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavy, but if I think it's at range 3, so I get to shoot with the whole squad. Yeah, sharpshooter 1, reduce the defender's cover by 1. So this
I have
heavy
light
is light, so yep, you get to cancel 1 hit. It's still a full squad. So 4 black, 5 black, and a white. I use the aim to reroll 2 black. Perfect. 3 go away. Cover cancels 1, so it's 2 hits. So 2 red. Well, fuck.
So just the one?
Yep. So at least I took out your special weapon, dude.
Would he have to go first, or
Yeah,
would I?
yeah, no, the unit leader has to be the last one.
Well, what was
Oh,
the deal
wait.
with the promotions and
Pierce
stuff?
1! Pierce 1, while attacking, cancel up to 1 defense result.
Oh, there you go.
Get fucked!
I was gonna say, because you still had like the promotion and whatever options, so I wonder how that factored in.
That is if Vader or Luke dies, then one of your other trooper units
Oh,
becomes like your
becomes-
army commander. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Here's their token too. All right. And that is the end of round 2. And I can't believe it. Let me see. Wait, what does it say? How do you control? First of all, we totally forgot about hostile environment, but it's not a big deal. A player controls an objective token if they have more trooper unit leaders at range 1 of that token than any other player. And we all know
So
from
you run
Armada
those two.
the difference between at range 1 and within range 1. If we look, this dude is not within range 1, but he's definitely at range 1. Just fucking barely. So, yeah, I would get 2 victory tokens and you would get 1.
I mean, I'm facing an uphill battle
I
anyway.
don't know. I think you would win with Luke. Luke only has 2 health left. And Vader's, well, he got 2 wounds and he's got 8 total.
Ultimately, from here, I'd move the scout troopers into the light cover and send Vader hunting.
Yeah. Yep.
How the hell did I do that?
I don't know. That's cool. Yeah, I gotta call this game here though. But I mean, as an intro game, what do you think?
Oh no, definitely a lot of fun and more chances for me to make tactical errors, just like in Armada.
I think that's pretty cool. It's definitely like a lot of rules to learn, but I'm sure like if we were to play again, you'd already probably feel way more comfortable with like the procedures and like the steps of like the turn order and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean this was going in completely blind. Like
Exactly.
before we played Armada, I watched several videos on it. I hadn't looked at anything for this.
Yeah, so it's not that bad.
No. Here's your thumbnail.
Yeah. Nice. Let me see if I load a new map, what happens.
All hell breaks loose.
Oh, it did wipe everything off. Check this out. Scarif landing.
That's pretty cool.
Geonosis map. Because there's also Republican and Separatist armies, not just Rebel and Empire.
Oh yeah, check that out.
Dude, that'd be so badass. Yeah, this would be fun to play on. Okay.
And the mini like bases changed with the terrain.
Oh yeah, shit, check that out. Oh yeah. Dude, look at these. Look at the jetpacks.
Oh well, that's that's cool. The hell? Got the bark speeder and everything. I was trying to spawn in a bunch of different things.
I feel like they went through all the trouble to add that special effect to the jetpack. They could have at least made the Jedi's lightsabers glow.
Right.
Obi-Wan just looks like he's standing here with like a stick. Oh, it's a little unfortunate that the LAT gunship's got the Empire logo. I think that they could have changed. Well, is there a way to like... No, probably not. I don't know if it has an alternate model. Oh, the Droideca's got shields. That's badass. Their eyes glow. What the fuck?
Yeah, with the shield and the glowing eyes, not enough effort was put into the lightsabers.
Dude, they even have different paint jobs. Did you add like an upgrade?
No.
Look at that. This one's got like triangles,
Like
arrows.
stripe.
Yeah. Oh, it actually says, yeah, unit leader. That's dope. Yeah, I was reading the rules for the Separatists, and they seem like they'd actually be really fun to play. They've got a lot of really special rules for the droid units.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, look at the B1 battle droid card. Their first thing on there says AI attack. It says, unless you have a face-up order token, your first action must be an attack if able. So if you don't give specific orders to the B1s, they just like mindlessly have to shoot at whatever they can before they can do anything else.
Interesting.
Is that true for the B2s as well? It is. Also, I found this is pretty freaking dope. The Saber tank. It's really hard to demonstrate this in this map. Holy shit, because it's so crowded. Where's the token for it? Heavy. Check this out. So, oh, maybe it's true for the AAT also. Because it's a hover tank, when you go to move, you can choose whether you're going to move forwards, backwards, or even strafe left or right.
Oh, okay. So you like have to pick a direction that you're moving in, but you can like maintain. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it looks like it is true for the AAT also. I can see the notches in the base.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, see, and also the AAT has armor. It says while defending, cancel all hit results, which is why impact changes hits to crits. Yeah, I mean this would be a fun game to play. It would take forever though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The Droidicas too, like read their shit over here. Wheel mode, when you activate, you may increase your maximum speed to 3. If you do until the end of the round, you gain cover 2 and cannot attack or flip active shield tokens. So they can roll up and roll around.
There's a lot of keywords that need to be
like learned. I think we need reference cards.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this module doesn't have that. Or maybe it does and I just don't know where it is. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be in here somewhere.
Alright, I gotta go to bed. But, yeah, good game.
Yeah, definitely a good time. Something else worth putting time into.
Guys watching on stream or on YouTube, thanks for hanging out.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were doing that.
I'll see you all later.
See you, everybody.